What's up, you guys? I want to talk to you right quick about this school shooting. You know, the boy who shot up that school recently in Texas. And what do I tell you guys? I keep telling you guys that people don't, like, you're not just born crazy. I don't care what they say. And even with Dr. Romney, she be saying that psychopaths are born, sociopaths are created. And to see that this boy he questioned, they say he found, they say that I guess when they checked his phone records of what he was recently researching, it shows that he was asking if he was a sociopath because of the thoughts that he thinks in his brain. Like, he knew what he was thinking, but he was messed up from molestation. What do I tell you guys? What have I been saying? Like, it's certainly your environment that plays a part into who you become. Certainly your environment. The things that happened to you when you were young. That certainly is the reason why people act out and act crazy. And the parents, a lot of times, parents, newsflash, hello, I'm going to name this message to parents. Pay attention to your children. The signs be there. The signs be there. It's like you guys just pass it all up. Like, and then when stuff hit the fan, you acting like, oh, I had no idea. I had no idea he was this bothered, this troubled. I had no idea. These teachers will sit there and see these kids suffering, see their behavior, and then they just totally ignore it. And then when stuff hit the fan, now everybody, look at what I tell y'all in that a couple videos back. I could be that same person with everything I've been through and going through right now in my life. I could just really get to that point where I'm like, and I honestly, some of the time, them damn thoughts come through. I'm like, shoot, I ain't got nothing else to live. I wouldn't just go shoot up no kids because I love the kids. But it's some people, grown-ups, that I would certainly be like, let me go, you know. But at the end of the day, I'm righteous and I know that none of that stuff is worth it. Like, because God gonna get y'all. God saw what happened. But the thing is, when your soul is filled more with the devilish spirit more than the spirit of God, you don't think like that. Like, you really battle them demons. Like, it's really a mental battle when you don't have the spirit of God in you. On top of going through all these different things, and then you have no family, no true support. You feel like no one really cares about you. So basically, let me read what it say here. Because I told you, I knew something was wrong with that boy. Maybe, or people be wondering, like, it don't matter how you raise your kids. They going to come out this way. They going to do this. They going to do that. Yeah, because of their environment. Because of their environment. We all are a product of our environment. I'm a product of my environment. You're a product of your environment. Until you choose to do something different with it. And even still, it's still your environment, like me now. I cleared out all that negative energy that was around me. So I'm clearing out some of them frustrations. I'm clearing it out. I'm healing some of them things. Because I finally got all those people out of my environment. You cannot do anything until you change your environment. Your environment is going to play a crucial part into who you are, into who you become, into what you think, into what you do. Everything. It plays a part. So many people are afraid to take the next step in their life because they're afraid of what their friends, family, mom, dad, brother, sister, cousin, auntie, you worry about what everybody going to say. So you're scared to take the next step because you worried about what your environment, the people in your environment is going to say. So, but I'm about to read this to y'all. And maybe I'm about to, that's what I'm saying, like, I knew it. Also say, so he killed the students, 2 teachers in his former 4th grade classroom at Robb Elementary. It's something on here saying that his cousin, that's how he got to play. His cousin goes to that school. Like, I'm about to read it to y'all. Because y'all gonna see, this is why you need to, women, ladies, pay attention to these men around your kids. Like, look at my story. Look at why I'm in Texas. Look at why I'm in Texas. Because paying attention to the signs that something is off with my baby daddy. Like, something not right with that dude. Like, even still, like, it's just like something not right with you. Bruh, like, no, yeah, everybody is different. Nobody is the same. But I done dealt with enough people, enough guys. I told y'all my history. I done had enough dudes. I've been with enough men to know, like, something with you ain't right. Something with you is not right. My baby, and reading this, my second baby daddy remind me a lot of this loose nut here. So Sonari, just lay down somewhere. You doing too much. So, let me read y'all his background. We gonna get into this. It say, so y'all already know what happened. But it said he was born in North Dakota, but moved to Uvalde as a child with his sister and mother, who struggled with a long history of drug abuse. That's where it all started there. People want to act like the parents don't play a part. You're the first person your child knows. Like, and then it shows, like, we're going to read it, but he had an issue with females and his jobs and stuff. What I say, the reason why a lot of these dudes out here hate women. Why did I tell y'all in them videos back? With that blue shirt on, I had talking about my own, when I was talking about the abortion stuff. Talking about the reason why I look, like, the reason why I don't even like women. And the reason why I don't like men. You know, not overall, but, you know, I don't trust women. I don't trust men. And I really will never will unless I do. But that's neither here nor there. You know, I want to help the community. I really want us to be better people. Because at the rate it is right now, I will never deal with people. Because I don't trust them. It's too many shiesty snakes out here. It's too many people willing to... It's just too much. And that's why I'm cool. I like to keep it high and by with people. Some little small talk. I don't even really like small talk. But I will high by, you know, chat a little bit. But to bring you close into my life, to bring you up close and personal, nah, I'm too scared for that. Too scared for that. But let's finish reading. It says, a former girlfriend interviewed by the FBI, and she said she believed the shooter had been sexually assaulted at an early age by one of the mother's boyfriends, but that the mother didn't believe him. What did I tell you guys? What did I say in them videos back? What did I say in them videos back? A lot of times, most of these boys, it's not even just him. This is a thing, because it's an attack on children. It's an attack on children. Even to see that white lady, and I just started following her. Can you please? You're a hater. She sees I'm trying to do the video. And the lady I just started following, even she just did a video yesterday talking about if she was the devil, what would she do? And the fact that she mentioned, that's how I know God put people in my path for a reason. The fact that she mentioned, I would attack the children. And I keep saying that. I say, that's the reason why they attack the children. This is the reason why people hate children. Why they attack children. Because for one, that's a part of the government scheme. If you attack the children, you mess them up for life. Look at this little boy. Look at me. Look at everybody else who's been molested out here. Who had their innocence stolen at a young age. You attack the children. You mess us up for life. We got to get mental help. We need therapy. We need things. And it's not even enough therapists. And then we don't have money to even go to the therapist. So how are we going to truly get help? And then everybody in your surroundings, they don't believe you. They think you're weird. They think this. They think you're the outcast. They think all of these things about you. So you don't even confide in them. This little boy, that's why I have a special place in my heart. Lay down. You sleepy. Getting on my nerves. You know, and it's wrong what he did at the end of the day, because you didn't have to take that out on them kids. Like, just for all that, take your own life out. Should have killed yourself if you hated life that bad. You want to take them kids out. But them teachers, they say it was his former 4th grade classroom. And then come to find out he dropped out at 9th grade. Like, I'm telling you, when these kids start acting up in school, I see it too often. I see it too often with people. Even people I've dealt with. Dropping out of school. A lot of these kids that drop out of school that early because there's stuff going on at home. And when it's toxic at home, you cannot come to school and function. You can't. When you've just been molested, and a lot of these kids getting molested every day before they even get to school. Last night, they've been fondled with all night. You can't come to school and focus. You can't come to school and focus. So you just say, to hell with school. And I'm not, people we want to act like, no, this is spiritual. And if us, we have to do better. We period as a parent. as a parent, like, that's why I keep telling my girls, I'm like, bruh, if it wasn't for my girls, bruh, this is why I had to change. This is why I had to be different, because I brought kids into the world. I don't want them messed up like me. That's why I'm mad I'm even in this predicament I'm in right now. Like, and I'm just asking God, like, come on, bruh. Like, it's just sad to feel like you got to choose between being in a toxic, abusive relationship. You got to deal with having toxic, abusive family members. You got to deal with either settling to stay in, because look around. So many women, we stay in these toxic relationships because either the man is providing for us, or we both need each other to pay these bills, so we got to stay in this toxic situation just to make the rent or the mortgage, just so we can have our kids, you know, to appear to have this happy household and all of this stuff, these images. We got to either choose between dealing with that, dealing with our own toxic family members, staying with somebody who may possibly be touching your kids, or you got to deal with, okay, being homeless because I couldn't deal with none of that, and I got these young kids. But let's just get back to this. So it's saying, and that's a lot of these people problem. These mothers, like, how do you not believe your child? I'm not gonna believe anybody else over my kids. You gotta prove that my kid is lying before I believe you. And if my kid is lying, I'll deal with her. But I'm never gonna believe nobody over my child. Look at why I even moved to Texas. Hello? Oh, it took one. Don't play about my child. To say those wicked things about my child, and you think I'ma still deal with you? Dead. You think you're gonna get to see your own baby, and you say those things about her sister? For you to say those things, like, that's why I say with my own baby daddy, that nigga sociopath just like this dude. To see all of this, and he the same way, dropped out, all this stuff. Yeah. Because that stuff affects you. When you go through them toxic situations in your household, when you get molested, that stuff does stuff to your mental. You can't focus in school. So you're going to drop out. It says relatives describe him as someone shy and quiet who was reluctant to interact with others because he had a speech impediment. When he started school, his pre-K teacher described him as a wonderful student, always ready to learn with a positive attitude. Then something changed. People just be acting like, and that's what irritates me. Like that girl in the comments that day on whoever video I was watching, one of my prophetic word girls videos, I was watching her video, and the girl gonna say in the comments, all of a sudden her 3-year-old is just waking up screaming in the middle of the night, screaming out her sleep. Like, do you really think, like, all of a sudden, what? It's like, are you guys that stupid? Are you that stupid as a parent to not be able to see that somebody is messing with your daughter? Somebody's obviously messing with her while she's sleeping. Or maybe not. She just, when she's wakes up, when she's sleeping, because maybe they're not messing with her while she's sleeping, but nonetheless, somebody was molesting that baby. No child is all of a sudden one day going to wake up and just be completely different. Nothing ever happened. Like, that's not how it works. Like, are people stupid? And all of a sudden, something went wrong. So it says, then something changed. He started falling behind in school, but never received special education services, despite being identified as at risk and having someone request speech therapy for him, according to the report citing school records. Lay down. Family and friends told the committee he was bullied throughout the 4th grade over his stutter, short haircut, and clothing. He often wore the same clothing day after day. One time, a girl tied his shoelaces together, causing him to fall on his face, a cousin said. Beginning in 2018, he was recording more than 100 absences a year, along with failing grades. But the report author said it was unclear whether a school resource officer ever visited his home. By 2021, he was 17 years old. He had only completed 9th grade. That's why I gotta open up my own schools, bruh. That's really my passion, bruh. These kids, bruh. I gotta open up a school. I gotta help these kids. People don't even pay attention to that stuff, but y'all be worried about all the wrong stuff. That's not issue with America, period. Worry about all the wrong stuff. But y'all purposely attacking these children so they can play out in your interest, the devil's scheme, attacking the children. So that because if you attack the children, you mess them up for life. If you get them this young or 5 years old, start molesting a 5-year-old and do it every day and beat or abuse them in any way, mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever, starting from 5, starting from 10, starting from even 15, if you do that every single day to a person, you will beat them down. Look at us as adults, grown, 28, even 25s and 30s and 40s. Situations that we go through be defeating us. So imagine how a little kid to have to suffer that stuff and have nobody to defend them. These kids be getting abused and everything, like physically beat on, and nobody's there to save them. So what do you think that do to their mind? Just like me, like a lot of other kids, when you going through these things and you feel like you're unwanted, nobody wants you, nobody likes you, not even your own family, not even the ones who birthed you, not even the ones who birthed them, the grandparents. When you feel like you're all alone, you just be feeling like, what am I here for? And then you go off into an imaginary place. Your mind literally tries to leave from the existence. We're flesh anyway. Your mind literally goes off to that next dimension. So it do start having these thoughts and these things. And then the devil, then you battling right and wrong. So it's a battle of what you should do versus what you should not do. And it's like, you know you should not do this, but why? Shoot, at least that might give me some attention. That's why he said, finally, somebody will see that I need help. Like, they go to these desperate measures to show you guys they need help. Look at what NBA Youngboy, like, people, even with him, people say all this stuff about him, but that boy is crying out in his music. He's crying out in his music. That boy is crying out in his music, and nobody cares. People just see it as, I like the music, it helped me. But people ain't that, but I think they say he's in therapy or whatever. Even with him, like I said, NBA Youngboy was molested too. He said it in the song. I remember that shit you did when we was kids. What else are you talking about? Most of us, come on. It's only but so many things that can happen. Like I told you, I've been through so much. It's only but so many different type of things that can happen to a human. Okay? You're either messed up from being molested, neglected, abandoned. Like, I mean, it's not that complex like people try to make it. And this is why these boys be having issues. They hate women. And even girls don't even like other girls. Don't like the men because a man took advantage of them. So now they taking advantage of boys. I mean, just like how I used to be. That Jezebel, I said, that Jezebel spirit. I said, oh, it took for one person to screw me over. Now every dude after, I'm damaged. I'm doing damage to you. I'm doing damage. I don't care. I'm gonna hurt you before you hurt me. It's battle of the, that's what the battle of the sexes and all of that stuff. Because our soul's not right. But let's finish reading this about this. It said when students started to return to school after learning remotely during the pandemic, he dropped out. Instead of trying to fit in as he had done in the past, he grew more isolated and retreated to the online world. Uvalde High School officials involuntarily withdrew him on October 28th, citing poor academic performance and lack of attendance. And typically, and this is supposed to be Texas, I thought they send out the truancy officers and stuff like that. Nobody went and searched for that boy because they didn't care, because it's just sad. Nobody cared about him. And y'all wonder why he went and shot up the school. He was crying for some attention. In an interview with the Texas Tribune, Arian Diaz, a senior at the high school and one of the shooter's former classmates, described him as a popular loner. So many of us are like that. Popular loners. You know everybody. Like they said, someone who everyone knew but who kept to himself. She also said that more recently, he seemed to be in what described as a dark place and started wearing all black and combat boots. And it's so funny because this reminds me of my baby father. He's like that. The second one, like, that dude, he's sociopath himself. He's crazy like this. In a dark place. And he's the same way, a popular loner. You know everybody, but he stayed to himself. He stayed isolated, like kind of like me. That's why in the beginning I was like, you know, you like me. We not no pressed to be outside, and you know, he would go outside to handle, you know, boom, 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 bust the plays or whatever on the block. But at the end of the day, once he done, he was literally like, he ain't about to just linger outside. Once he done, at the end of the day, he come home. He gonna come inside, like. And that's how I am. I'm in-house. I'm not pressed to be outside and not mixy. Like, not mixy. I just be to myself. So it says, he became depressed and lonely. Those who knew him said he would tell his girlfriend at the time that he wouldn't live past 18, either because he would commit suicide or wouldn't live long. This sounds like my baby daddy, I swear. The girl later told the FBI in an interview, according to the report, when she broke up with him in mid-2021, he started harassing her and her friends. Baby daddy, that's what I'm saying. That's why I had to get away from him, bruh. You just like this dude. You was gonna kill me. You still probably is. He still bothers me. Like, you still don't make it you still can tell it's not about your daughter, it's about me. It's not about her. It's never been about her. It's about your obsession with me. Even still, who texting somebody at 10 o'clock p.m. talking about asking to FaceTime their child? No, you're not FaceTiming her. Like, you're blocked. I mean, you know, you're just not. You ain't blocked. But I don't be answering. Like, I don't even gotta block you no more because I got the self-restraint now just to ignore you. Like, or just, yeah. So it says, privately, he wrote about his challenges connecting with others or feeling empathy for them. Says he was not human. He was a narcissist. Narcissists don't have no empathy. They don't feel for you. Like my baby daddy. You can't connect with others and feel for them. His search history, the authors of the report wrote, suggests he was wondering whether he was a sociopath. His internet searches led to him receiving an email about obtaining psychological treatment for the condition. Attacking women became a pattern. He was also fired from his job at a Whataburger after a month of threatening a female coworker, and later he was let go of his job at Wendy's. Just like my baby daddy, he can't keep, when you do get a regular job, you can't keep the job. Like, you're a sociopath like this boy. And the devil, that spirit, because so many things happens, and it is, when so much bad stuff happens to you, if you don't get help, and if your mind is not strong, because everybody is not strong like me, and that's what I'm realizing, like, but even with me, I've turned that, instead of getting depressed, I turned it to anger. Now I'm like a rebel. I'm ready to go up against anybody, fight anybody. Like, I'm just a rebel now. Like, I'm not depressed with it, but I'm the opposite. I'm angry with it. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm like a dang on bear for real, like a real beast. Like, so, and it do, when so much stuff happened to you, bro, like, it's like loss after loss, pain after pain, letdown after letdown, or taking advantage after taking advantage, especially for the people who have been molested. Like, and for me, not even for me, and just when you've been molested, especially the ones who've been like brutally abused, like molested, plus you getting beat on by your parents or the abuser or whoever, that does something. Like, imagine, I can't even imagine the kids that had to deal with that every day. Like I told y'all in my molestation video, I was molested by my childhood friend, you know, and it would happen, you know, and things have happened over time, but I wasn't every single day getting molested by my stepdaddy in my house or by my mama, you know, and a lot of kids are getting molested every single day by maybe their big cousin or their stepdad, the mama boyfriend. The mama boyfriend is the key thing. This is why we got to do better. This is why as a mother, the moment you decide to have kids, if you and the baby daddy don't work out, you can't just go jumping into the next relationship and into the next relationship, and then that don't work out. And you don't know these people's true intentions. And narcissists can put up a whole shield. They can put up a whole mask of who they acting like they something that they truly not, or vice versa. Just like my own second baby dad put up this charming act for so long, and then they wonder why nice guys always finish last, because you guys aren't really nice. You portray as charming and nice because that's that wolf in sheep's clothing. You gotta portray nice. Even the devil himself. No devil, because the devil is living in a bunch of people, human bodies. The devil, spirits, even God's spirit, they attach to your soul. They jump into your flesh. And I forgot what I was even about to say. But yeah, I forgot what I was about to say, y'all. So forget it. Let's finish reading because I forgot what I was about to say. It said he started becoming fascinated. Oh wait. So it says, despite losing his jobs, living at home allowed him to save money. By the end of 2021, when clues of his plans first surfaced, he ordered rifle slings, a red dot sling, and shin guards, as well as a body armor carrier he wore the day of the Robb Elementary massacre. But because he was still 17 at the time, he wasn't legally allowed to buy the weapons, and at least 2 people he had asked refused. He started becoming fascinated with school shootings and increasingly seeking notoriety and fame on social media because he looking for fame. That's why he got his clout off of being a shooter. He's like, okay, people will finally see me now. They'll finally hear me now. Look at how many people sell their soul for fame, for clout. You willing to do anything for attention because you never had that attention. So it's like, wow, people are really seeing me now. I'm finally being noticed. Like, and it was funny, that's the reason why, because they say he shot his 2 former teachers at that elementary school. And what do so many, like, listen to the rappers. And even with me, what I've been telling you guys, I think I told y'all in one of these videos about my elementary school teachers. Like, those elementary school teachers, the main people who make impact on you are the ones who, during those elementary school ages, that's the stuff that stick in your head, the stuff that happened during those times. Your youth is what sticks in your head. This is what makes us the adults we become. That's why I don't like red nails. The teachers with the red nails was mean to me. Miss Jackson Green, Miss Johnson, fat ankles. Mr. Thomas, what I was telling you about in them videos, he was a mean. Mr. Moorhead was mean to me. Like, they were mean to me, and I don't understand why they were mean to me. Mr. Majalabi was cool with me, but he used to always write my name on that board. But I guess I used to just talk a lot. But they didn't even understand it. At home, I was alone. So when I got to school, I wanted to talk to people. I don't have nobody to talk to. I felt good to come to school and talk to people. At home, I'm going back home to nobody to talk to. Nobody cared about me at home. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's deep. It goes back to childhood. And that's why he went back to Robb Elementary. And to come to find out, we gonna read to that part, but because we gonna break this whole thing down. I told y'all though, people think like these school shooters, like, nobody is just going to do that stuff just because this is fun. A normal person in the right state of mind is not going to do that. And the only reason people get into the wrong state of mind is because of them being taken advantage of. Majority is through abuse, sexual abuse and physical abuse, through their parents at home, through things going on at home. And so many people want to turn a blind eye all the time. I don't even understand how, as a mother, you can just turn a blind eye. But I know his mom was on drugs, obviously, so he was living with his grandmother. But even with his own mom, that's probably why he shot the grandmother, because he's like, I blame you for raising my mama like this. You know, people, when stuff is going on, you do. Because like I said, for me, if I was to go on a shooting spree, I ain't about it. Because it's not cool, it's not funny, but I understand this boy. And unless you've been in a situations in life where you just constantly have been taken advantage of, you know, not allowed to truly be yourself, even if you are just a loner or a weirdo, whatever. If you're not allowed to just be yourself, it's going to make you feel like these things. So, it says, in late 2021, the committee said he shared a video online showing him driving around with someone he had said he met online, holding a clear plastic bag with a dead cat inside. Like, who does that? Hold on, I had to go turn off that Cocoa Melon. I hope y'all wasn't hearing that the whole time in the background, but y'all probably was. But, so let's finish reading. So, right, why would you be holding a clear plastic bag with a dead cat inside? If you kill animals, you know you crazy. Which he discarded in the street and spit on while his driver laughed. The video then showed him dry firing BB guns at people and ended with the footage of emergency services responding to a serious car accident, which he claimed his driver had caused, according to the report. Because they did say it was a car accident before he got out the car and then walked up to the school. But despite all the threats and violent talk, none of his online behavior was reported to law enforcement. It's unclear whether other users reported his behavior to any social media platform, but the committee concluded it doesn't appear there were any actions taken to restrict his access or to report him to authorities as a threat. He moved in with his grandmother at He moved in with his grandmother, who had retired from the local school district after 27 years, after having a blowout argument with his mother that was live streamed on Instagram. See, so the grandmother worked for the school district. And then, she retired because it must have went viral about her arguing with her daughter, and she's supposed to be a school professional, a school district, because you work for the district, not for the school, so you supposed to have rank. That's what I'm saying. The people in these high positions, 9 times out of 10, I mean, look at the pastor kids, or everybody who glorify the pastor, look at their kids, because the pastors be, not even just the pastors, all these people in high authorities, police officers, mayors, the presidents, all of them be with that freaky nasty stuff with the kids. They be with that demonic stuff. They the ones who have the power. So people believe in them and put their trust in them because they have that power. So they put their trust in them, and they know people want to trust them, so they know they're easy to take advantage. It's just like people just love to take advantage. Narcissists. The world is run on narcissism. And like I just said in that last video, the only narcissist is God. He's the only one that's allowed to be a narcissist because this is his world. He created this world. He's the only one that's allowed to be a narcissist because this is his world. But everybody else, all these humans here, think that they run stuff. And that's exactly why God about to come through and destroy America. He about to destroy America from all angles. You ain't safe nowhere. I used to think I was so safe living in Maryland. So I was like, nothing happens here. And God's like, that's why he said, well, you go move to Texas. I'm about to show you that stuff do go on in Maryland too. And they about to see in Maryland. Texas about to get some stuff too. Everybody, God is angry. He is mad at what's going on in this world. He did not intend for it to be this way. And so many people is letting the devil dwell in them. And it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But let's finish reading this. So it say the report doesn't specify who live streamed it, but the Washington Post revealed that 2 months prior to the shooting, he posted an Instagram story in which he screamed at his mother, who, according to a high school classmate, he said was trying to kick him out of their home. He confided in an older cousin who was also staying with their grandmother that he didn't want to live anymore. But the cousin told authorities she thought she'd gotten through to him after a lengthy heart-to-heart. So I'm just like my baby daddy. Instead, he began to buy more firearm accessories beginning in February, including 60 30-round magazines. As soon as he turned 18 on May 16th, he started buying guns and ammunition. In the end, he bought 2 AR-15 style rifles and 2,000 of rounds. In total, he spent more than $6,000, the committee found. He had no criminal history and never been arrested, so they thought it was basically nothing. Well, it says there was nothing in his background that kept him from owning the weapons, and while multiple gun sales within a short period of time are reported to the ATF, the committee report authors point out that the laws require purchases of handguns to be reported only to the local sheriff. Here, the information about the attacker's gun purchases and remain in federal hands, they wrote. Online, the shooter started a timeline, foreshadowing his plans. That's what I'm saying. Like, on April 2nd, he sent someone a direct message on Instagram. Are you still going to remember me in 50-something days? The person responded, probably not. Like, what? All right, we'll see in May, he responded. At least one friend from out of town started to become worried and proposed visiting him in Uvalde, which is the city he was living in, I guess. Yeah, the city he was living in. But when the friend said he wouldn't be able to go until July or August, he said, damn, that's too late. This is the shooter saying that. Like, that boy was crying out for some help. See, he even asked him, were you still going to remember me? Just sad. 5 days before he went on a rampage at the elementary school, a man targeted and killed 10 black people in Buffalo, New York supermarket. The mass shooting didn't go unnoticed by the 18-year-old. So the 18-year-old, that's what I'm saying, these mass shooters, the people who thinking like this, just like I say, if I was that type and I'm thinking about, I'm hearing all these other mass shooters, I'm like, maybe I can get away with that. I would never do no crazy stuff like that because, I do value human life, and These people ain't do nothing to me. That's my problem with people. We all are getting angry at everyone else except the people who did it to us. That's why I'm glad he did go ahead and shoot his grandmother too, because you the reason why he like that. You the reason why his mama probably was on drugs, because generational cycles. That stuff repeats. Generational curses repeat. Like, all of them just toxic. Just like for me, I blame my mama, and I blame her mama, and I blame her mama, because that's where it came from. A generational cycle of y'all narcissists, Jezebels, that hate your own daughters, envy your own daughter, weirdos. And that stuff stops with me, because I could never do this to my girls. My girls are sitting up there looking at me at everything. That's why I don't understand. It's like, when you become a parent, how do you not change your whole mindset? How do you not ask God to help you change your mindset? How do you just be okay with just still being like that? Like, how do you just be okay with certain things after you become a parent? How do you become so blind and so desperate for love that you can't even see when a man is really only with you for your kids because he want a piece of your little kid's booty, boy or girl? Stop thinking y'all sons is safe with these dudes. They not safe with them. Look, this little boy was molested by his mother's boyfriend. Look how many little boys are being molested by other men, family members that they think they safe with. And this is my issue with America. It's like, it's just sad, because the way that the government got everything set up, the way everything is, and I was just talking to God about this, it's like, it's sad that you got to choose between being in abusive relationships, being in toxic relationships at home and with your families, your parents and stuff. You got to either deal with that or be homeless. Go out here, slave a job, working 8 to 12 hours, and leave your kid with another person you supposedly trust just for them to be over there trying to molest your kids and sexing on your kids. It's like, the way the world is set up, it's like, that's why I'm in this position I'm in now. It's like, bruh, I know this ain't right. It can't be. It's like, I gotta choose to put my kids in harm's way, choose to be homeless, choose to be in toxic relationships that's only going to damage me more, and that's going to make me damage my kids. It's like, this can't be life. This can't be life. This is why God gotta come and destroy this mess. Like, just cancel it. That's all he's telling God. Just cancel it. Send us all. Just clear the world, and don't bring it back. Ain't no more eternal life. End it. Because every time you destroy the world, you flooded it after Noah. You flooded it with Noah. And then the people came right back, and they still doing this wicked stuff. Because the devil lives on. The devil don't never die. I keep telling y'all, the devil is the spirit of the dirt. The devil lives in darkness. What is dark on this world? What I keep telling y'all about what the real reality of this spiritual stuff is. God is the spirit of the water. And what was the first two things here? Dirt and water. Before any of these man-made things came upon, before we had concrete, before we had grass, before anything, it was just dirt and water and air. The devil lives in darkness. All right, but let's finish reading. So it said he saved news stories and other information about it. He also spent time with a cousin's son who went to Robb Elementary to get information about his schedule and lunch periods. See, he used that little boy to get information about stuff, to see what was going to be what. And that little boy, like, look how this sociopath, because he's a narcissist, really. They call it sociopaths. They call it all this. You're the devil. The devil spirit is living all up within you. And because of that, you use that to manipulate this little boy who goes to the school and get him to tell you information. Because people use kids all the time. It's just so sad. That's why I won't even let my daughter talk to my mom right now, because y'all will use the kids to just to get to me, just to know my business, just to see what's going on, y'all use the kids for your own gain. Y'all will really sit here and molest kids and hurt kids because, oh, that was done to me, so I'm going to do it to another one. Like, what? You didn't like that it was done to you, so why would you go do it to somebody else? So I'm saying, people don't understand about treating people how you want to be treated. Right. But they say on the eve of the shooting, he sent out messages to people about something he was going to do the following day. He said, I got a little secret, he wrote to a German girl he had befriended online. It was impossible to do that day, he explained, because he was waiting for something to be delivered. His order of 1,740 hollow point bullets arrived later that day. So he was planning to do it that day. But then he was waiting on them hollow tips because he wanted them people. Because they say them hollow tips get in you and then they explode, like they do some like crucial damage. So he wanted it back in blood. So it just goes to show, like, pay attention to your kids. This is what it goes to show. This is what the whole message of this video is about. It's about paying attention to your kids. And it's just so weird, like, even with their own dads, like this little couple I saw at the pool the other day, it was something weird with that father, like the way he was with the one of the daughters, like, you know, like me, I'm in the spiritual realm now, like, and I have discernment, now I'm understanding that I'm psychic and that I can literally see through people. Like, at this point, I'm really trying to accept it. It's still hard for me to, like, grasp this stuff, but I see through people. Like, I literally got x-ray vision. Like, I see through people. I feel the energy, like, so on another level. That's why I stay to myself, because I can feel weirdness. Like, I can feel it. And just watch your kids around their daddies, around their stepdaddies, around the uncles, around the family friends, around these aunties, the mamas. Everybody is suspect. Watch your children. Watch your children. We be thinking we could trust everybody. I've told my baby daddies, both of them, on many occasions, like, I will kill you niggas flat out and do the time. I don't care. I'm gonna be nicely smiling in my mugshot. Like, it's just, and that's why I just got away from the second one. I had to get away from you because you got a lot of similarities like him, and the stuff that people say. That's why you see all the stuff that this little boy was saying that people were just totally ignoring, laughing it off. Certain stuff regular people just don't say. That's why I say I know something is up with my second baby daddy. Like, normal people don't say things that you say. Normal people don't do things that you do. Like, normal people don't do that. And I'm not even normal, because I'm not normal. But it's certain things that is of normal behaviors. And those behaviors are different. And you remind me a lot of this boy here. That's why I'm never leaving my kids with you. You will never have to worry about seeing your daughter. And it's just unfortunate for my daughter, for the baby, because, you know, she deserves to have a dad. But I'm not putting her in no harm's way with no nigga who say some wild shit like that about my 5-year-old. And you probably, and this off the stuff that you have said, that, once again, looking past it, like, looking past it. But when you sit back and you think on stuff, you ever just have those moments, even with my mom, when I sat back and think back on certain things that she said about during certain times, and it's like, now me putting all the pieces together, like, wow, y'all really, like, wow, like, dang, you missed out on, you hear what people say, but you just be like, okay, like, you don't give it that much of a second thought. You just be like, that was weird, but he's just a weird person, or she's just a weird person. She just does that. No, you need to pay attention to that stuff. Period. So yeah, that's what I really just wanted to talk about with this video. Because watching it, reading that, and seeing that part about the molestation, I'm like, I told y'all I was something with that boy. And people swear that, oh no, these devils just, the devil spirit just hops into anybody. The devil's spirit can only dwell where he's allowed to dwell. And he only seeps in where people are weak, because he comes to the devil's sole job. He was assigned. God assigned him. He was a fallen angel. His initial, but before he went to go on acting crazy and going to stealing, killing, destroying, until when he wasn't told to, you were only supposed to do that when God sends you to do that, to test people. That was your job, and you overstepped your boundaries. You're the copycat narcissist. That's why they say the devil is the copycat, the counterfeit of the real version of what God has for you. Like, the counterfeit. Because you get to overstepping your boundaries. Now you out here just walking the earth. Like it said in the Bible, in the book of Job. God said, devil, why are you here, Satan? Why are you here? What are you doing? I'm just walking to and from, basically walking the earth, seeking out who body he can attach himself to and dwell there for a while. However long that person lets them dwell there. See me, the devil try to get in my spirit too, but you can't dwell here, bruh, because God dwells here. So you might get, your little voices might get in a little bit sometimes, but you can't dwell here. You gotta go. Exit stage left. Exit stage left, please. So, but he does. He seeps into your soul when you're weak. Every time. Look how I even met my second baby daddy when I was weak and vulnerable. I just almost got killed. So I'm just going to deal with you just to feel safe. Feel like, okay, maybe you could protect me from him if he comes back. Y'all, this is serious stuff. And I'm gonna talk about this in another video. But protect your kids. That's the moral of this message. It's protect your children. This is serious. It's just sad. It's sad. We got to do better. We got to pay attention to the signs. We got to stop being desperate. We got to stop being afraid of confrontation with the wrong people. You'll get angry with your kids, but you won't get angry at the motherfucker who did the stuff to you. This is my issue with people in the world. Everybody walking around mad at everybody else, but you still cool with your family members who they the one who caused you all this pain, but you still cool with them though. You still seeking for their love and affection and attention. Just like me for so long. I'm carrying everybody who like, I used to really carry my second baby daddy in the sense of like, you ain't nothing. My mama ain't gonna like you because you a bum. You ain't this. I'm like, I can't really even take you that serious like I really want to, even though you treat me nice. I can't deal with you because my mom wouldn't like you and this, that, and I care about what my mom think and care about what my mom think. Whole time, look how shorty feel about me for real, but I'm caring about what she think, and that's what God has taught me in this season. You don't idolize nobody, not even your parents, because they just a vessel that got you here. They don't own you. I put you in your mama womb. So it's just, we be seeking for validation from all the wrong people. We still be so pressed to stay close with the people who hurt us. No, let them go. Let them go. It ain't got to be beef. It ain't got to be hate. You can forgive them, for they know not what they do. And some of them do know what they do and they still continue to do it. But for your own grace or whatever I'm trying to say, just give them that benefit of doubt and say, you don't know what you're doing. So I'm going to forgive you because you don't know what you do. But I'm not going to deal with you. I'm not going to be around you. So yeah, y'all, this video is already pretty long, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.